My boyfriend said engineering was too hard for girls and I should just do graphic design instead. I proved him wrong in front of his entire family. I'd been accepted to the engineering program at State with a partial scholarship. Been dreaming about aerospace since I was 10, building model rockets in my garage, teaching myself calculus from YouTube videos just to understand trajectory equations. When I told Kyle, he went quiet for a solid minute. Then he sat me down like he was about to deliver bad news. He said engineering had the highest dropout rate for women, that the math would be legitimately overwhelming, that I'd end up miserable and burnt out within a year. He pulled up statistics on his phone, showed me graphs about gender gaps and STEM retention rates, said he was just being realistic, that he didn't want to watch me fail at something so demanding. He suggested I look into graphic design instead, said I was creative, that I'd posted some cool photos on Instagram, that design was booming and I'd actually enjoy it. When I tried to argue, he said his friend's girlfriend tried engineering and dropped out after one semester. Said she wished someone had been honest with her before she wasted all that time and money. The pamphlets started showing up everywhere. Art schools, communications programs, UX design boot camps. He'd leave them on my kitchen counter, on my desk, even in my car. His mom called one night to say Kyle had mentioned I was considering a really challenging path and she was worried about my stress levels. His dad forwarded me an article titled Why Women Leave Engineering with No Other Message. Kyle's cousin David called me out of nowhere in July. Said his aerospace startup needed someone to help with client presentations and proposals. Just part-time, mostly explaining technical specs to potential buyers who weren't engineers themselves. Kyle was absolutely thrilled when I told him. Thought I'd finally given up on engineering, that I was settling into something more reasonable. I took the job, and I enrolled in engineering anyway. Just didn't tell him. For 6 months, I worked at David's company 3 days a week while taking a full course load. I'd leave for work, and Kyle never questioned it. Never asked what classes I might be taking on the side. Never wondered why I was always studying advanced mathematics at night. David loved that I actually understood the propulsion systems and aerodynamics I was presenting. I wasn't just reading from slides. I could answer technical questions, explain trade-offs, discuss design constraints. Clients started requesting me specifically. One guy from a defense contractor said I was the first presenter who actually understood orbital mechanics well enough to explain why their satellite design would work. Another client told David he'd never met someone who could bridge the gap between engineering theory and business application like I could. David pulled me aside in November and said the company wanted to sponsor my education, said they'd cover tuition and books while I worked reduced hours, that my technical knowledge had been transforming their pitch success rate and they wanted to invest in my future with them. Thanksgiving at Kyle's parents' house was the typical chaos. His aunt brought 3 pies. His uncle was already asleep on the couch by 2 p.m. His mom kept pushing second helpings on everyone. I was helping clear dishes when David clinked his glass and stood up. He announced that the company was sponsoring my engineering degree, full tuition coverage, book stipend, reduced work schedule, said I'd been taking classes for 6 months while working for them, that I'd increased their contract success rate by 60% because I actually understood aerospace engineering instead of just memorizing talking points, that most engineers don't understand the business side, but I'd be invaluable once I graduated. The dining room went completely silent. Kyle's fork clattered onto his plate. His mom's smile froze mid-expression. His dad stopped chewing. Kyle's sister looked between me and Kyle like she was watching a car crash in slow motion. David kept going, oblivious to the tension. Said he'd never seen someone pick up complex engineering concepts so quickly, that the clients were specifically asking when I'd be graduating because they wanted to work with me on future projects, that he was proud to support my education. Kyle's face went from pale to bright red. His hands were shaking slightly as he put down his napkin. His aunt tried to change the subject, asking someone about their new car, but nobody was listening. After dinner, Kyle pulled me into the hallway. His voice was low and tight, asked how long I'd been lying to him, how long I'd been going behind his back, why I'd made him look like an idiot in front of his entire family. I reminded him calmly that he was the one who said my brain couldn't handle the math, that he spent months trying to convince me I'd fail, that he left pamphlets around my apartment like I was too stupid to make my own decisions. His face went even redder. He said I'd humiliated him, that I should have told him if I was really going to do this, that I'd made him look like a fool. I pulled his apartment key off my keyring and pressed it into his hand. 6 years of telling me I wasn't smart enough, and he just watched me prove him wrong in front of his entire family. I walked out and didn't look back.